Welcome to the Women's Consultation on the study and review of the Organic Act, Republic Act 1954. We welcome everyone. Maraming salamat po because you responded to our invitation kahit napaka-ikli na ako nung panahon na pag-imbita ko namin sa inyo. This small group discussion is focused on ganun pa rin, may problema pa rin. So at this point, we would like to hear voices of the women because we have previous consultations on the Organic Act. We did ilang consultations na tayo to the different provinces, 5 consultations on the Organic Act, but this time we would like to focus on the women's perceptions and the ideas. So gusto nating tingnan, gusto nating lagyan ng lens ng kababaihan yung Organic Act natin. So we welcome you to this very short consultation. And before we could formally start, we'd like to ask from the Office of Assemblywoman Tila A2A to be led by Kuya Shumay. From NDU also by Helen Ayo. Miss Samira A from NDU also. MCW Michela Alcabre. CFSI SGPV component Vanessa May Quinones. Also from CFSI Hagyar Sambutuan. BWSF, si Madam, and Harita Birwana. We also have participants na papunta pa naman ko. Again, to formally welcome everyone and to give us the overview of this activity, we would like to turn over the microphone to the Honorable Assemblywoman, Honorable Samira A.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We welcome you in this very simple discussion. I know na ang dami pong gagawin natin ngayong araw. It's the last day of the filing of the COCs for many of our partners in the women's movement and some of our relatives. So maaf, apologize sa ganitong oras. But for those who have to leave ASAP, may I just invite you to look at your documents and maybe share a note, makasulat lang ng konti about what you think should be proposals. Sabi nga ni Kaka Adriel Bausi, o sige, sulat mo dyan Kaka Bausi. Iyan na natin. Okay. So, the Mindanao Commission on Women is our lead in trying to gather women who are participants, who want to be participants, and who are pushed to be participants in the peace process. We form part of a group called Women's Peace Table. We come from diverse backgrounds, but I'd like to introduce Assy, also Davao-based for the Mindanao Commission on Women. She works with the chairperson of MCW, all former chair pa rin. Chair Emeritus Ma'am Inday Santiago, who is former GRT-MILF peace negotiator for the government. And she brought us together with Amina and everyone to look into how we can participate into the peace process. Particularly, sabi nga nila, napaka-elite po na nag-uusap sa Malaysia, napaka-elite po na nag-uusap sa Saudi, yung tripartite review ng MNLF. Paano mo tayong mga ordinary women, how can we also have our own table, literally our own table, hindi lang yung dining table sa bahay, na tayo po yung nagluluto ng recipe ng ating pananaw sa ating future. And we're still in the process of really us together. One of the documents that bound us is the United Nations 1325 Security Council Resolution. This is very significant because one of the most macho institutions in the United Nations, and those who decide on policies of war, conflict, and very heavy decisions that involve the UN are the Security Council. For the Security Council to decide on a women, peace, and security document, guaranteeing that women be protected, women participate, is a 1325 document, is something very significant sa akin. It is a landmark document and resolution. That women should not be victims of war, conflict, that women participate, that we are part of peacekeeping, and all those peace processes. Please, next. So, the EO natin sa Pilipinas, we have an LNAP, the localization of the National Action Plan. This is led by several women's groups based in Miriam College and in the OPAP. They had a process all around the country. Binaba nila po yung 1325. Okay. So, 1325, okay, we mentioned that. Next, a third table. We are not MILF, we are not MNLF, we are not government. Of an open space, a place where we can be our own. That we can sit together as women and talk among ourselves and build a peace constituency. Do you remember that the MOA AD that was aborted? No? MOA AD, First Nation, may mga ganun napaka-heavy words no, dun sa document. It was junked by the Supreme Court because hindi siya nagkaroon ng sariling constituency. When you say constituency, walang sumuporta masyado from Metro Manila, from people like what we have now in the WPT, former Ambassador Delia Albert, who is the only woman Foreign Affairs Secretary. So if you have those key personalities like Cheche Lazaro, who is also part of this WPT, alhamdulillah. What's more, tayo mga grassroots women. So, connecting table, we connect the North and the South. So after our discussion, this becomes part, North staff will be able to look into this, maybe. The RLA is very much wanting to look into this, the ARM, and other institutions like media. Educational table, educating table. Did you know that the Organic Act, the law that governs ARMM, was for many people that we went around in the ARM provinces, first time nila sila nakita ang Organic Act. The law that governs ARM. Judges, lawyers, attorney. May namin nakita, first time. Sige. It will educate. It will make us say, this is pala the law. Meron palang power si ARM Governor Mujib Hataman to recommend a Supreme Court Justice na Muslim. Meron pala siyang power to recommend one Muslim in every line agency of government, GSIS and all everything. Ganun pala ang Organic Act. It will mobilize us, the young people, children, to work in envisioning. This is one thing very scientific for Ma'am Inday Santiago. Ini-imagine po 20 years from now. Ilan na po ang prime ministers ng mga kabataan from 0 years old ngayon? Ilan po ang ating trees na mag-grow in a future Bangsamoro Lake? So you close your eyes and you vision. That's one of the things women are good at. They dream and they aspire. Next. So, a very beautiful idea from a writer that inspires. Will youth and age dance together, sing together, play together? If that is what we want, we must dare to imagine such a world and then begin making choices, exercises, count out and how many incidents have already happened next, please. It will mobilize positive public opinion, Ma'am Tata. A peace process that is so far from us, Kuala Lumpur, OIC. But what is its relevance to the people's lives, to the Filipino who is from Tondo, to a person in Luzon or Cordillera? Baka sa Moro lang yan. Baka hindi sa amin yan. So, it's a lobbying table wherein itong mga results natin, because WPT is being now kind of in an open dialogue or in open conversation with the MILF leadership. The MILF is actually looking into how we can be able to input into the process of the peace process. Can you imagine, before nagpe-peace talk sila sa Kuala Lumpur, pwedeng pinapakinggan nila si Ma'am Inday, the WPT, and any inputs natin, Allahu Akbar. Okay, so, these are the minimums that we can do. Maybe we can be members in the peace agreement monitoring body. We can have one person that is representing women, a special rep for women in the peace agreement, a special fund for women, especially that we are victims in this conflict. At least 30% of leadership be for women. And this is anyway in accordance with international documents and even the CEDAW and even the Women in Nation Building Act. Dapat po, women are in positions. Maximum? Do we have a maximum? It will mediate. Okay. Sige, yung mga taong North Cotabato, yung mga iligan, yung mga anti-peace agreement, baka pwede sila nakakausap. Yung mga anti-RH net. Sige, so it will mediate. Next. It will provide expertise. We have foreign policy experts like Delia Albert. We have sana women in the military. Sana we have a security sector expert. And we are tayo grassroots experts. Or in our own fields, like Ma'am Shah on tourism. No? So, next, Sharia law. We need Sharia lawyers. Sinong Sharia dito? Okay. So this is our vision and mission. WPT is our own table. this table that we get to up there, Kuala Lumpur, OIC, wherever, that institution that can listen to us so that we can be heard as women, as stakeholders, as Moro, Luma, tri-people Christians in this peace process na napaka-mythical, napaka-complicated, napaka-taas doon. So with that, tara na, let's talk peace process, the nitty-gritty is in the detail. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We have our last scholar. She's been in the services a lot.